Waterproofs, comfy shoes, bit of food in the bag, bit of water in the bag. Get to Vale early.
Welcome to the Lock Up F1 podcast special. This is a slightly different episode where we're going to talk about Silverstone, going to Silverstone, the things you would want to know before going, the things you wish you knew before going. So we went last year, Silverstone 2025, and we had a great time.
Yeah, it's very good.
It was really good. Having been, there are definitely some things that I wish we had done, looked at, taken with us, thought about before we'd gone, and that is hopefully today what we're going to tell you, so you don't have to suffer what we suffered for Silverstone 2025. So we had general admission tickets.
Yeah.
Should you get general admission? Is general admission worth it? Should you go higher? What did you think of general admission?
I thought general admission was definitely worth it, based on all of the areas and zones that they've got there. So they've got loads of food, loads of drink, they've got loads of open spaces. They've got the obviously the arena section. There's other companies turning up, sponsors. There is like the forces there. There is interactive stuff all around the track. But then also viewpoints were good. Some places they weren't great. But we'll maybe touch on the area we went to at Vale. The challenge of going to Vale, but then the bonus of going to Vale.
Yes, exactly. We'll come back to that. I mean, when we say we got general admission, it was the bare bones. We got Sunday only ticket. We left the north. We got there around 6, just after 6 a.m. Kind of didn't really know what to expect. You'd been to Zandvoort before.
I've been Zandvoort, Amsterdam. Yeah.
So I guess you had a comparison. I didn't. It was my first ever F1 Grand Prix, and I was really surprised by where general admission got you. Silverstone's, I think, as a track in terms of the space it takes up, is quite large.
It's a big track.
It's a big track. Ultimately, what that does, I thought, is give you more. It gives you more viewing points.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily saying all those points are the best, but there's more area to stand because you're on general admission. So if you've got a general admission ticket, don't be kind of thinking, should I have upgraded? You're going to have so many options, so many places to stand, so many things to see, so many parts of the racetrack to get to because it's all kind of one open area. General admission is not subpar. It's really good. And as someone that had never been to a Grand Prix before, I'm glad I experienced general admission. I thought it was great.
Cool.
We talked about the fact that there isn't just the races.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. You touched on it there if you want to go into any more detail on it.
Yeah, so other things I didn't say, the interactive thing. So eBay was there and there was some like games you had to play and you could win prizes. I think there's a couple of key rings or T-shirts or vouchers. There's obviously the merch stands, which I think are quite overpriced for what you get and where you are.
Definitely.
So definitely don't, if you want to wear something at the race, don't hold out, buy it beforehand. Lots of people wearing merch already, so not always bought there. Don't worry about that. Able to listen to the race commentary through a little radio. So they're handing out little radios through the Amex tent.
Amex tent. That's definitely something I would advise. Make sure you get an Amex radio. I think it was one earphone.
There's 2 earphones, but a little thing. But all you had to do is basically give your name and your email address. There was no sign up to anything. It was just give us your email address. We'll give you a free radio.
Yeah.
So we listened to that during the race. One ear on what's happening and one ear in listening to the commentary.
Yeah, definitely. That's the really good point. I think obviously you want to experience the race, but there's a certain disconnect because obviously if you're used to watching it at home, you kind of disconnect from that. You kind of don't really know what's going on. You might be on a part of the track where you can't see the places have changed or what's happened.
Yeah.
So having that radio was super helpful.
Yeah.
And it just kept you connected to the race, whatever was going on. I had the best of both worlds, basically. I knew what was going on. I knew who was overtaking, who was where, but I still was in the atmosphere of the live race.
Yeah. If you're worried about food, toilets, there's plenty. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Because there is a lot.
Yeah, there's so many food options. There's kind of, what I would say is if you circle the track early on and find the food that you like so you know where to go. And if you're going to get food, I would say definitely look at getting food earlier on, fill up earlier on, because as you get later in the day towards the race, and especially between races, those queues get bigger and bigger and bigger the closer you get to the Grand Prix, because more people have come later on. There was a point where I went to get food for us, and I think it was before the Grand Prix, and I think I got back just before the race started.
Yeah, you'd missed the flyover from Red Arrows.
So what's the biggest mistake first-time visitors make, do you think?
I think two underestimations that people make is how much walking there is because of how much walking you can do.
Yeah.
Because of how open it is around the track. So you are walking a lot because, a race is only 90 minutes, roughly. And if you're going to be there all day, you are just going to get bored. You are going to move around. So, yeah, big mistakes are not the right shoes or not the right clothes, because Silverstone was pure British weather, and it rained, it was sun, it rained, it was sun, it was constant. So,
it was really weird that I found the fact that it, as you say, 1 minute it was like absolutely beaming, and then 10 minutes later we had an absolute pour down. One thing I think mistake we definitely made was rainproof probably clothes.
Yeah.
We didn't have ponchos. Side note, when it comes to ponchos, take one. Get a poncho before you go. Now, they do sell ponchos at the F1 shop. I think the ponchos were around 30 to 40 pounds for a poncho. Umbrellas, I think, were 60 pounds. Really expensive. Silverstone ponchos, they were a lot cheaper. I think they came in between 10 and 20 quid. If you've not brought a poncho and you want to get one, buy it from the Silverstone shop. Don't buy it from the F1 shop.
Yeah. If you're not in the grandstands, you will be sat or stood. And if you are sat, you are sat on grass. And it might be wet. And then it's dry. Then it's wet. Take a chair. Trust me, if you're going to get there early and park up, there is plenty of seating in general admission. You don't have to worry about that. Just take a chair each.
9 o'clock, night before the Grand Prix. Danny, should we take some chairs? Now we'll be all right.
I was okay at Zandvoort. I did a lot of walking there. It's a lot shorter track though, Zandvoort. Very tight track.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We learn these
we
things.
We
right?
learn. Yeah.
It's fine. That's why you're now here listening to what
That's why you hear this, because you're not going to make the same mistakes we made. So I guess the third point, how much walking do you really do?
If you're parking or you're getting the coach in, it's a fair old walk to the gates, and it's a fair old walk to decide where you want to go to. It's where we wanted to get through first, was to Vale. Why did we want to go to Vale?
This is a Lock Up F1 podcast top tip.
So Vale is the only area that allows you to run onto the track for the podium. And to get into that Vale section, you have to be there at a certain time in the morning. Can't remember the time, it was only limited tickets. So get there as early as you can, head over to Vale, and then get in, get your wristbands. 2 things on the wristbands. Get your wristbands, and then you can access Vale, you can come out of Vale, you can walk around. But essentially, you get in there, you can watch the last couple of corners before the Hamilton Straight, so Club Corner. Some great action there. And yeah, you're actually able to run onto the track. So in the wristbands, everyone queues at the start because it's the first gate they see. There are other gates to get wristbands.
Absolutely.
If you're in a pair, send someone ahead and then get them to wave when the queue's clear.
Yeah.
You can get the wristband.
If you've got signal, definitely split up if you can. What I would say is, I'd say the top rule is if you've come in the general admission entrance, when you get into Vale, that area, as you say, there will be a large queue to go into that area. Go past that queue because, as you said, there are 2-3 gates further down where the queue's going to be far less.
Yeah.
So you're going to get into there faster because, as you said, those wristbands are limited. They're going to go. If you don't get them, you're not getting in there for the rest of the day.
And 2 final things on those. For us, they were paper-based wristbands, and it was wet, and they got absolutely battered. So if you cannot protect that wristband and it does get battered, when it's time to go into Vale, they will exchange it for you. They will let you. Just show proof you've got it. So don't worry if it goes FUBAR, like-minded. It was an absolute 8 pieces. I was just like, please, can you let me in?
Yeah. One thing we did,
Which
definitely did, was I took a picture of me with my wristband with the steward. So the steward was pointing at my wristband to say, look, if this goes tits up, if this wristband basically disintegrates, you did have one and there's the proof.
Yeah.
So just something like that, is going to help you if you get those Vail wristbands, and it's pissing it down.
Yeah, and the benefit of running to the podium, you get to see the podium. The negative side of that, the gravel is really, really deep, and everyone runs hell for a leather. The animalistic instinct just overtakes, and you will absolutely peg it.
Thank God.
And you can get there. You can get quite close, and you can see them.
I think
people will fall around you. People will get in the way.
Let them.
It's brutal. It's barbaric. But you deserve. You got into Vail
if someone
early.
falls in front, if someone falls in front of you, step on the back.
Yeah.
It's dog eat dog.
Yeah.
What I will say is, as you'll notice, if you're in that Vail section, to get onto the track post race for the podium, you'll start to see people move towards. There's 2 large gates in that section. You'll start to see people migrate towards those gates. I think at that point, if you see them doing it, you probably should do it yourself. As you said, that gravel is like quicksand. Yeah. I ran into it and I was like, and immediately slowed down and kind of started to verge across.
Yeah, just to survive.
To get back onto the grass. Just keep an eye on where that grass is to keep your speed up if you want to get there.
Yeah.
I'd say we were 10 rows back from the gate when it opened. On the gate, there's 2 gates. One's closer, one's further back. We were at the further back gate. We ended up at about 5 or 6 rows from the fence.
Yeah,
we were pretty close. Everyone's going to have a phone out. So if you're short, you're probably going to end up watching it through a phone.
Yeah, which is possible. But disappointing as that is, that's what people need to do. It's on TV. It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Just look at it with your eyes. Just soak it in. We did that. We just soaked it in. And then after the podium finishes, you can then start to walk on the track.
Yeah, that's really cool. You can walk up and down the start grid, and it was they didn't really let you go all the way around the track, but definitely the on the grid,
the
main straight was you could walk up in there. That was kind of cool. You could one thing you did was I think you got a bit of tire rubber.
Yeah, got that in my shorts at home somewhere. But right. Stay patient. Just where they are. Stay patient, and you'll see Sky News, BBC, etc. all come out speaking with the team principals. Top tip: keep shouting, and eventually they'll give in and they'll come over and say,
"Yeah, they will too."
We've got a job to do, but if we make more noise than what they can,
if we mess with their continuity, they've got to address us.
Yeah. So we had Zach Brown, we saw Jensen, we saw quite a few people. So
that
was pretty cool.
That was cool. So the next point is, what is Silverstone's biggest surprise? What would you say to you? What were you most surprised about?
Most surprised was the size of it.
Yeah.
The amount of food available.
Yeah.
The amount of interactive things. I spoke about the eBay thing. There's, the people who turn up to promote their product. They're doing games. There's the merch. There's like an F1 fan game area where you can change your tyres on a car, on an F1, a fake F1 car.
You could do the wind. I think there was a wind tunnel thing. You could stand and do that kind of thing.
G-forces.
Yes, and this is all general admission. None of this is an additional cost. You could walk into this area as long as no one's on it. There might be a queue for certain elements of it, but it's all free. It's all included.
Yeah.
The thing I was most surprised about, I think, was the prices.
Okay.
Drinks, food. It is spenny. It's expensive. Chips. I can't remember. I think a portion of chips might have been 9-10 quid. Burger and chips, I think, came to about £25.
Yeah, it is steep, and what I try and do is shop around and try and find the best value for bulk. But that's just my nature of trying to find the best thing. That eventually end up so hungry, you're not hungry anymore. I don't buy anything because I'm annoyed. So all I would say is forget the price. If you see something you like, just eat it. You're at Silverstone, just have it. It's going to be expensive.
However long you've got before Silverstone, if you're going, just save. If you know you're going to spend money when you're there, you're already taking that hit. If you can get any extra that's going to enhance the enjoyment of your day, put that in the bank. Don't have that coffee in the week. Don't have that takeaway. Save it for Silverstone because it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
In terms of taking stuff in, I think you just breezed in, didn't we?
Yeah, just walk through. They did a quick bag check. Yeah, that's fine, and go through. A quick ticket check. You can buy a program if you want, but relatively short queue. Straight onto the section. So if you want to take any food, you don't need bottles of water and stuff. I don't think that's
a problem.
Frowned upon. It won't be a problem, no. So just if you think the price of the food's gonna be expensive in there, then take some of your own food. Parking. Right. So we parked at an airfield local to get a shuttle bus in. Perfect. A breeze. we're parked, we're on the bus in 10 minutes. The bus is 25 minutes there, easy, we're at the gates. However, coming back, got on the coach, all great, got back into the car park. Now, this car park was a field, there was a single muddy track to come out. There were people in high vises. Unfortunately, they were absolutely useless.
Yep.
So there's at least 6 to 8 different lanes of the car park, all trying to get to the same line. With I think there is one, bless her, girl in a high vis, trying to organise everything.
It wasn't
great.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
She did work there, but there were people, some lad and then me, getting out to try and help direct some people.
Yeah.
So the flow got a bit better. We jumped back in the car and then to pass time, played a few songs.
Yeah.
I'm on the road to nowhere.
R.E.M.
Keep the
Everybody
vibes up.
Hurts.
Yeah. Keep the vibes up. Eventually, we did get out. Some manager turned up, started giving the girl a right rollicking. So me and this lad stepped in and told him to sort his shit out.
Yeah.
To which wasn't too best pleased, but it wasn't great. Using the shuttle buses to and from the circuit, absolutely fine. Just there's going to be a little bit of pain leaving the car park. But once you've left, you're off. You're away.
Just know that if you've parked away from the circuit and you're using the shuttle bus, that's where you're going to take a hit when it comes to getting out. That is where most of your time's going to get chewed up, is getting out of that car park. And I guess a point for us that I think now is, if you're parking in those car parks, park near the gate. Because what they'll do is, like, from what I remember, no one was guiding us to that space. No. We just followed someone in. So if you're parking somewhere where there's no steward telling you need to park in a certain point, park near the gate that you come in at, because that distance to get out is going to be so much shorter. So you're not going to be in those queues as long.
Quick recap.
Yeah.
Waterproofs, comfy shoes, bit of food in the bag, bit of water in the bag, get to Vale early. There's loads to do. General admission is great. There's quite a bit of walking, but there's loads to see. Parking, don't worry about it.
Take a chair.
Take a chair. Parking, fine. Just park near the exit. And enjoy it. Get the radio earpiece because it's good listening, because, like I said, the track is massive. So you don't know what's happening until it comes past you. So it's really good to listen into that.
Hopefully all of those things are going to make your Silverstone experience smoother, and you're going to spend less time in queues and more time enjoying the racing and enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if you've enjoyed this episode and enjoyed the little tips that we've tried to give from our experience, please do enjoy the race, enjoy the show, enjoy your time there. You'll have fun. It'll be great. And if you have liked this video, give us a quick like, quick follow, subscribe, please. Put some comments. What did we get wrong? What didn't we know about? What educate us as well? Any questions, please let us know and we'll come back to you with that. So from there, we'll see you again. See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.